Hello everyone, welcome to Intelligence Kernel. I am Shimantini and today's topic is voice change, active voice and passive voice part 1. Now guys, in this channel I upload videos of English and English grammar. I upload tutorial video of a topic and I upload their practice sets as well. So if you're a student or if you're looking for jobs or if you want to write something on your own, create something on your own like a story or a poetry, and you don't know how to improve your English grammar knowledge, your English grammar skills, then stick around because this channel is the right channel for you. Till now, I have uploaded 2 topics in the channel and their practice sets as well. One is the order of words and clauses and the other one is narration change. So, if you want to learn all about order of words and clauses and narration change, then check them out from this channel as well. I will give you the links of the playlist in the comment section below. You can check it out from there. Now guys, before we start today's topic, please subscribe to Intelligence Kernel and hit the bell shaped icon beside the subscribe button so that every time I post a new video here, you immediately get notified about it. Alright, now let's begin. So, voice change, active and passive voice, part 1. First of all, the thing that we need to know is definition of voice of a verb. What is the definition of voice? Voice is the form of a verb that indicates if the subject of a sentence has performed or received the action. What does it mean? That if a subject of a sentence is the main focus of the sentence or not. That is determined by the voice. Let's see some examples. See, first example is Tony brings a glass of water. Here we can easily understand that, see, Tony here is the main focus, right? It said that Tony brings a glass of water in a very straightforward way. Here, subject has performed the action. It's very simple here. Tony is the main focus, the subject. Now, in the next example, let's see. A glass of water is brought by Tony. Here we can easily see that obviously Tony is the subject. So, a glass of water is brought by Tony. So, this is the action is brought. This is received by the subject. See, a glass of water is brought by Tony. This is a sentence where the subject has received the action. Alright, so a voice is a form of a verb by which we can understand that if the subject is performing the action or receiving the action. Alright, now we will see the next part. Active voice and passive voice. Let's see. So, voice of a verb is divided into 2 types. What are the types? First one is active voice. When the verb of a sentence indicates that the subject has performed an action, it is an active voice. So, something that we already learned before in the definition of voice, that there will be 2 cases. In one case, the subject will perform an action and in the next case, the subject will receive the action. So, in the case where the subject is performing the action, that is called an active voice. Let's see. In active voice, the focus of the sentence is the subject, not the action. It's very easy to understand. We already saw that in the previous example. Let's see some example here. For example, he opens the window. Here we can see that he is the subject and he is the focus of the sentence, not the action which is opens here, right? So, he opens the window. Here, this is an example of active voice. Alright, now what's the next type? Passive voice. When the verb of a sentence indicates that the action has been received by the subject, it is a passive voice. This is the other type of voice where we can see that the action is being received by the subject, not the other way around. That is called a passive voice. What else is said here? In passive voice, the focus of the sentence is the action not the subject. So this is the other type of the voice that we already discussed. Here we can see that in the example, the window is opened by him. The action is opened, right? The subject is him. We can see here that the action is received by the subject here, right? The main focus is the action, not the subject. That is called a passive voice. Understood? Now we will go to the next segment. Let's see. Definition of voice change. What is the definition? The process of changing an active voice to a passive voice or a passive voice to an active voice is called voice change. Simple. Now the thing that we need to know is sentence structure of an active voice. What is the structure of a sentence of active voice? Let's see. Subject plus main verb plus object. It's a very simple structure. First there will be the subject, then the main verb, then the object. This is the structure of an active voice. Let's see an example. Reena cooks food. Here we can see that Reena is the subject, cooks is the main verb and food is the object. So this is the example of an active voice, the structure of an active voice. Alright, now the next thing is sentence structure of a passive voice. What is the structure of a sentence in case of a passive voice? Okay, so this one is a bit longer. First the object, then auxiliary verb, then past participle form of main verb. Alright, then we will write by or to or with. Then we will write the subject. Let's see an example. It will be easier for you to understand. Okay, the example. Food is cooked by Reena. Let's see what's happening here. First of all, we saw that first we will use the object. Here again, food is the object, right? Now we will use an auxiliary verb. What is an auxiliary verb here in the sentence? Is an auxiliary verb here. We will add the auxiliary verb. Then the past participle form of main verb. The main verb is cook. The past participle form of cook is cooked, right? Past participle form. Lastly, we will add either by or to or with. We wrote by here, then the subject, which is Reena. The by or to or with, we will use that based on the criteria of a sentence. In this sentence, by will be the correct one. So, we used by Reena. This is the sentence structure of a passive voice. Alright. Now we will see that conversion from active voice to passive voice. We will see the proper way of voice change. How can we change an active voice to a passive voice? Rules. First one. The position of subject and object will be interchanged. So, when we are changing an active voice into a passive voice, then the position of subject and object will be interchanged. How? We already saw that in active voice, the sentence structure starts with subject and ends with object. But in passive voice, the structure starts with an object and ends with the subject. We can easily understand that the position of subject and object has been interchanged. Alright. So, this is the rule number 1. Now comes the next rule. An auxiliary verb such as is, am, are, has, etc. will be used based on tense and person. We already saw that in the example of a passive voice that we will put an auxiliary verb after the object in the sentence. So, based on tense and person, we will use the auxiliary verb after the object in passive voice. Alright, so that was the second rule. Now we will see the third rule. The main verb will be converted to its past participle form. This is something that we already know as well. We already saw that in the sentence structure of passive voice that we always use the third form or the past participle form of main verb after we use the auxiliary verb. Understand? Now, what's the next one? The words by, to, with will be used before the subject. This is another thing that we already discussed in the previous portion. So, when you are changing an active voice to a passive voice, we will put either by or to or with before writing down the subject. Alright? Now, conversion from active voice to passive voice. The last rule. List of pronouns that get changed from active voice to passive voice. Here we will see a list of pronouns that get changed from active voice to passive voice, that get changed when we transform an active voice to a passive voice. Alright, let's see. So, this is the list. Here, this is the active voice portion and this is the passive voice portion. These are the words. If these words are present in active voice, in the passive voice, the words will get changed into these words. Let's see. If I is present in active voice, in passive voice it will be used as me. We will be us. You will remain you. He will be him. She will be her. They will be them. And it will remain it. Alright, so these were all the rules that you need to know now to understand active voice and passive voice, to understand the conversion of active voice to passive voice. This is all about today's video. From the next video, we will actually see some conversions from active voice to passive voice. Alright, so this was voice change, active voice and passive voice part 1. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with everyone you know who might need help with English grammar lessons like this one and their practice sets as well. Also guys, I have uploaded other topics in the channel as well. I will give you the links of the playlists in the comment section below. You can check it out from there. Now guys, if you have any question about today's topic or if you have any kind of thought about today's topic, then you have nothing to worry about. Write all of your thoughts and your questions in the comment section below. I'll see through every single one of them. Now guys, lastly, subscribe to Intelligence Kernel and hit the bell shaped icon beside the subscribe button so that each time there is a new update here in the channel, you get notified about it right away. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.